Frog fans, I'm Caroline Speer with your TCU Sports Report. TCU's Luke Baker had a great game today against the UTA Mavericks. Horned Frog hopeful Josh Doxson left Tuesday to head to Chicago to attend the NFL Draft. On this field 57 years ago, Gordon Speer did something extraordinary that has never happened again in college football history. One of the newest additions to TCU's campus are these bronze statues like the one here of Coach Patterson. Vastly different here today outside the Ammon D. Carter Stadium than it was on November 27th when the Horned Frogs took on the Baylor Bears in the monsoon of a game that they played in. Hey Frog fans, I'm Caroline Speer with your TCU Sports Report. As of December 2015, the Frogs have a new place to call home. The Ed and Ray Schulmeyer Arena opened this winter for the Frogs to dominate on its new Horned Frog skin court. This $72 million renovation is helping reunite Frog basketball fans. The season ticket sales were a slam dunk with a record number of 3,678 season tickets sold for men's basketball. Speaking of men's basketball, the two purples of the Big 12 met up this Tuesday in the new Schulmeyer Arena. We were all hoping the right purple was going to walk away with the W, but ultimately the Frogs fell short, losing to the Wildcats 63-49. Malik Trent led the Frogs in scoring with 11 points. Other top scorers were freshmen J.D. Miller and junior Chauncey Collins. Hopefully this trio will put up a similar performance on Saturday when the purple and white take on the number 13 Iowa State Cyclones in Ames. Saturday was a big game for Coach Peebley and her Lady Frogs as they took down the number 17 Oklahoma State Cowgirls, guaranteeing them postseason eligibility. The Frogs had an incredible game, beating the Cowgirls by 14 points. Medley broke the TCU's record for career three-pointers within the first 4 minutes of the game. Not only was Medley on fire, but guard AJ Alex did her part in helping the purple and white. Alex scored a total of 17 points, making this her 11th double-double of the season. They are looking to get another W this Wednesday in Morgantown as they take on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Follow all your TCU basketball news on Twitter at TCU_athletics. That's all for today with your TCU Sports Report. Again, I'm Caroline Speer, and go Frogs! On this field 57 years ago, Gordon Speer did something extraordinary that has never happened again in college football history.
The game was quite a bit different back in those days because you had to go both ways. They had a limited substitution rule, which meant that you couldn't enter the game but once a quarter. Which made it, there was very few, it was almost impossible to have a specialist that could come in and leave the game on a moment's notice. So you almost had to play 60 minutes, be able to play 60 minutes to play back in those days. And when I came to Rice, we played A&M at Rice Stadium every year because the crowd in Houston would be much better than it would have been if we'd have gone to College Station.
On a cold and windy November day, he scored all points for both teams.
1959 is the year that we played A&M here, and I ended up scoring all the points for both teams, 2 for A&M and 7 for Rice. Well, it was a real bad day. It was real cold and windy and rainy, and the first quarter, A&M had us backed up on our own goal line, and I was the punter for Rice, and I had to kick out into that north wind. I'd say 40 miles an hour. stiff breeze. Anyway, when I kicked the ball out, it looked like it was going to be a good kick, and it got up in the wind tunnel there in the stadium and came back into the end zone for a safety for A&M, 2 points for A&M. We played all the way through the first half. It was still 2 points for A&M, 0 for Rice. In the third quarter, their quarterback, Charlie Milstead, kicked a line drive punt, and I was safety for Rice. I caught it on about the 30 and ran it back for a touchdown. And then I kicked the extra point, so I scored 2 points for A&M and 7 points for Rice to score all the points for both teams.
Gordon Speer is still very active in the Rice community, where he watches the Owls play here on this field where he played 57 years ago. I don't think anybody will ever be able to score all points for both teams like they did back when he played, but you never know. I'm Caroline Speer, and this has been a look inside of Rice football.